baby named Paul, I'd be like, sure, I'll hold Paul. And then I'd fucking drop kick him across the room like a soccer ball. You don't
Fred.
name your baby Paul.
Who names their kid Donald? That's an
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Bennett Brothers podcast. Today, we have a very important topic because we're trying to save the world step by step, issue by issue. And our new issue for today is people naming their babies Bob.
I like Bob from like the Minions.
Okay, but have you ever met Bob? Like, I've met grown men named Bob. All right, it's one thing. Grown men named Bob.
Wait, is it Bobby or is it Bob?
It's Robert.
I don't know what
it's
it is.
Robert though.
And then they just call him Bob.
And then it's shortened to Bob.
Okay, but I've never met a baby named Robert, Bob, or Rob. Everyone who's named Rob, Bob, or Robert is a grown-ass adult.
Okay, but think about it. I've never met a kid named Brian. My dad's name is Brian. It's weird to me to look at my dad and be like, when he was a kid, his name was Brian too.
What was his name as a kid?
Brian.
So are these names just going
I
extinct?
know somebody named Brian.
No, I'm just saying.
I know somebody named Brian. Everybody just calls him B. They're like, yo, what up, B?
Yeah, I'm just saying though. Like it's
Like
like,
some
okay, you look at
gangsta
your
shit.
parents and think about them when they were a kid, and then you're like, that was their name when they were a kid. Like Brian. Like to me, I can never see Brian being a kid's name. I see my dad, Brian. That's it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like as a grown-ass man, but like
Or-
imagine you're holding your baby and you're like, you want to hold Brian?
Yeah. See, like it does that.
That's the point.
do you wanna hold
Nobody's
Bob?
like, hey, do you want to hold Bob? Nobody names their baby
No,
Bob.
I don't want to hold fucking Bob.
Kid name.
Who names
Yeah.
their kid
But
Paul?
Paul.
That's a good
I
one.
have family named Paul, but I've never met a baby named Paul. If I met a baby named Paul, I'd be like, sure, I'll hold Paul, and then I'd fucking drop kick him across the room like a soccer ball. You don't
Fred.
name your baby Paul.
Who names their kid Donald? That's an actual name. And Fred.
The
You want to
Flintstones.
see who Fred is?
No.
This is Fred, okay?
See, look.
Fred is a pussy. Now, here's the fucking issue
From
here.
Scooby Doo.
No, this is...
Why did you go to a news article?
I don't know, because Fred... Here's the issue. You name your kid Fred, and your kid is forever known as this fucking nerd. Look at this giant fucking pussy. So if you name your kid Fred, you've set your kid up for failure.
He can't even spell his name right. The R is backwards.
Have you ever watched this movie? This, right here, Fred the movie.
Fred's
a pussy.
I started it one time. My mom's like, yeah, no, he's a pussy. Turn this shit off. There's Batman!
Yeah, be like Batman, guys. Especially the Lego Batman. You know how many things you can learn? You know how many
Lego.
things you can learn from Lego Batman? 1, don't have emotions. 2, don't be a pussy. 3, I don't know. What else can you learn from Batman? Rage is the greatest emotion ever. That's another thing you can learn from Batman.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool.
Working alone is always better.